Hi everyone. So now we are starting the fourth week of the summer semester in 2020. What that means is that by about the end of this week, we'll be at the halfway point. So here's what everyone needs to know going into this week. We are still in the poetry module. We are still, taking the poetry quiz, and we're still taking or writing the poetry paper. Now, about the papers, I have pretty much finished grading all of the prose papers. If I've not graded yours yet, it will be done by the end of the day that you watch this video. I promise you that, because I'm down to like the last, I think, 6 or 7. And I can get all those done in the same day. So I'm going to go ahead and grade those. For most of you, though, you already have your grade. Now, here's what I want you to pay attention to when you look at your grade for your prose paper. Don't worry so much about the grade, although that is important. Don't worry so much about the grade as what my comments to you are in that paper. I have taken for most of you. Now, if the paper was really bad, I just gave, an explanation for why I gave it the D- I gave it. But for most people, there's a breakdown on the rubric. And you find that rubric in the instructions. They've always been there. They were there for the prose paper. It's the same rubric for the poetry paper. So 6 points for formatting, 10 points for thesis statement, 15 for structure and main points, and so on and so forth. So what I want you to do is look at that breakdown. Find out where you lost the most points and concentrate on that in this poetry paper. And then you'll do the same thing again in the final paper, which is a research paper that we're going to do on the importance of being earnest. So, a lot of you got comments from me that said, I want you to submit an early draft to me early this week. And so, the reason for that is, the whole point of this class is for you to learn how to be a better academic writer. I can't do that if all I see is a final draft that gets turned in that is not in great shape, because you don't learn anything from that. But if you submit an early draft earlier this week, I'd say Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest, and I look at it and I give you feedback, and you can then address the issues that I point out to you that need to be improved upon, then you're learning how to be a better writer. And then I'm actually teaching you how to be a better writer. I can't teach people that turn things in at the last minute, usually things that are written at the last minute, and they hope, that it'll work out well. So I want to help you. I want to make you a better writer. Or maybe not make you a better writer as much as help you improve as a writer. So if you're not happy with the grade you got on the prose paper, look at the comments I've made, address those in the poetry paper, send me an early draft, and then I can give you the feedback you need in order to get a much better grade on the poetry paper than you got on the prose paper. Now, even if you got an A on the prose paper, nobody got 100. You can still look and see where you might need to improve on some things in order to get a higher A on the poetry paper. And that's what I want to do too. I love seeing people improve as writers throughout the course of the semester. And I love knowing that I might have something to do with their improvement. But it takes a lot of effort on your part too. So please look at my comments, address what you need to address in the parts of the rubric in the poetry paper, and submit early drafts to me if you really, really want to improve. Now, there's one more group of students I want to address, and that is those that did not submit a paper at all. The deadline to drop this class will be next Thursday, the 25th. You truly, if you haven't submitted a paper yet, need to look in the mirror and ask yourself, do you want to continue taking this class? Because if you can't submit these papers on time, the research paper is going to be a real bear for you. So, I'm not encouraging people to drop out, but I'm saying if you feel the need to drop out, and it may not even be because of laziness or anything like that. It could be because life happens. It could be because somebody in your family got sick, or maybe you're sick. It could be a job loss. It could be whatever. If you feel like you cannot get caught up, you need to consider dropping the class by next Thursday. So that's it. So look at the grade I gave you. If I've not graded your essay yet, you'll have that grade by the end of Monday evening. So that should give you plenty of time to look at what you need to look at. If you feel like you need input, give me a first draft early this week, no later than Wednesday, so that I can give you input on how to improve the paper. And let's just take this seriously. Let's work towards everybody in this class being better writers now, or at the end of the semester, than what they are now.